Hello everyone, this is Nocturne, and welcome back to some more Minecraft. So, since last episode, I did a little bit of work trying to get us a bit more lead. Ended up finally putting a chunk loader on the roof. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but we got one up there, and it's kind of funny how it's transparent from the bottom. Did some recharging of essentials, and spent a lot of time letting this thing run overnight. So we got a bunch of lead ready to go. No, not a bunch, but you know, about 10 or 11. And let's see. What is that for? Oh, good, exactly enough. For 12. Cool. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do something about lead. Not really sure what just yet. Definitely want to get a quarry going at some point here soon. But that, I think, will have to wait a little bit of time. Oh, good, we can make another one. Awesome. We can make them all. Yeah, I know. You don't like quarries for some reason, Zach. Some sort of purist, I guess. I don't know. What? You can't... Wow. Stop shift-clicking the weird things. Yeah, you can't smell sulfur dust. Okay. Anyway, I did... there was a reason I started in here. I did finally take some time and figure out what all these buttons are for. This one allows power to pass through the machine. This one turns on the conveyor belt that we used when we crafted it, if you guys will recall. Not that one. The bending machine. The conveyor module. This turns it on and off, so it will auto-eject or not. And unfortunately, it does not work with red power pneumatic tubes or buildcraft pipes. It will only work with chests, although technically it will work with the deployer, as the wiki says, so you could have it auto-eject into a deployer and then into your tube network or whatnot. And this one separates the output, because we've got two slots here. It will, I don't know, left side, right side, stuff like that. Said I would look that up for you guys between episodes, and I did. And why am I carrying sulfur with me? I should not be doing that. Oh, come on. Open. There we go. Lead's done. Good. And more silver. Yeah, silver's handy for various purposes. Oh, and I guess now that we are finally done with the caving episodes, I can go ahead and show you guys the results. There you go. Didn't get all this during the actual caving, as you guys will probably remember, but went back to that cave and my drill came in very handy, and so we're sitting on a decent amount of diamonds now finally, which is awesome, and a ridiculous amount of red power 2 gems, like I mentioned when we were caving. So we're sitting pretty for a little while, which is good, at least for the dusts and gems stuff, but when it comes to these things here, it looks like we're doing good, but as you've noticed, we're running very low on lead. Also, something else I said I would look into, we'll check the chest here in a second, but between episodes is why it seemed like these weren't running, and it was indeed just a visual glitch. If we go ahead and turn this back on, we can see absolutely nothing wrong with things here. And this guy's actually full, so I'm going to turn him off real quick. Also spent a tiny bit of time running a bunch more tubing. The... crap. Brain fart. The redstone energy conduits. There we go. Thank you, brain. And I did leave the last one off because I wanted to do this with you guys. Man, it's like I'm talking faster than I can think. So that way we can finally turn on our refineries again. Bam. There we go. And since this is set to auto output, we should see the refineries are already taking some power. And we can go back upstairs and see exactly how well they're doing. And you might notice they are almost running, I guess they are running full power. Yeah, because it's red, yellow, blue, green. Although I thought blue was the highest. Maybe that's for the assembly table. Cool. I might have to take care of that real quick, guys, sorry. Being the admin of the server does have some downsides sometimes. So, give me a sec, I'm going to figure out what's wrong with Merrick. We might have to reboot the server real quick. Anyway, Be right back. Okay, back. Turns out Merrick was actually talking about IRC and not the server itself, so I guess now let's go ahead and once again admire the refineries. Aren't they so amazing? Yes. Starting to get more fuel coming in. A lot faster now too, which is great. With 3 of them going. And I guess now we can go ahead and take a look in the box. A gift from Zach. A couple bees. What do we do with bees? Well, these in particular are quite handy. Because, well, I'm sure a few of you know what they do. For those of you that don't, I'm going to leave you in mystery, waiting for what they do. Because we're not quite ready for bees yet, but we will be pretty soon. Okay, I'll tell you. They make oil. That's why they're handy. Well, technically they make oily propolis, and you can actually squeeze that to get some oil out of it. Anyway, it's going to be an interesting attempt at an alternate fuel source in the future. But speaking of fuel sources and whatnot, no, not that one, this one. There we go. I did want to take you guys over to the pumping station that we set up over here, as soon as I drop off a couple things, and show you guys what a emptied out oil spawn looks like. Although I think this one we might be having a bit of a bug with. I might end up having to actually place or break and replace the pump, but we'll see. It's actually kind of cool. Also, it'll be a nice, cool little segue to show you guys some of the cave I've got running underneath my massive property around here. I guess you could call it a massive property. I do have torches everywhere. I guess it is mine. But these things, like I said when we first found it, do go down pretty deep. Based especially on how far up in the world the geyser comes. So if we go ahead and take a look at what things are looking like now with the oil gone. Kind of cool looking. And it does definitely look like the oil's gone, but I did check this out a little bit off camera, so if we hop down here, don't try this at home. We do seem to have a bit of oil still up here, which is odd. So we might have to figure out what's up with this. I'm hesitant to place blocks anywhere because I don't want to accidentally destroy a source block, as rare as this stuff is. But I think if we come around the outside here, do this, that one's flowing, we can probably do that. Man, it's pretty dark down here. There's just a lot of glare on my monitor. Nope, I think we want to come out here and do this and that. Yep. Okay. That seems to be the pool down here. Now, the only problem is, as you can see, the pump is not actually pumping like it should. For whatever reason, it doesn't seem to recognize there being actually fluid down here. So, I don't know, maybe I need to move it over one or something. I'm not actually certain what's going on here. But if we hop down this way, you can see everything appears to be pretty normal in terms of an oil spawn. I do know that, man, alright, never mind. Let's not do that. There is the possibility for water and oil to bug out when it comes into contact, like this. So I don't know if maybe there's some water up there that's making it look like we've actually got oil, and maybe that really was just a regular old pond. But I think what we should do is head back up top, place and break and replace the pump, and see what's going on. And since this isn't too long, you guys can go ahead and watch the mini-map and just see how far away some of my caving exploits took us. Here we are coming up to the cow farm now. Coming up past the cave entrance. And here we go. Into the main cave that I've been exploring, right into the house now. I'm just wondering if I should dig straight down and see what's going on there. Probably not. It would be boring. Merrick. So this is pretty much the route I take whenever I go do some caving to try and clear out some of the resources. Not a whole lot left in here, mostly just some bauxite and traincraft ores that I don't know if we'll ever get to. Ended up cleaning this up a bit, made a nice little staircase down. And here we go, back into the house. I will do the run back to the pump off screen. No need to have that twice on camera. Definitely starting to use up this oil, so we are going to want to fix it. And let's see, how much are we doing for whoa. Yes, on please. Thank you. And it instantly updated. That's funny. Something else I forgot also when I was trying to figure out how much power. We have this nice little tab here that says they do 6 Minecraft joules per tick each. So, we've got a nice 24 Minecraft joules generating there per tick. And that's pretty good. I will have to double check the requirements of these. I don't think we're using as much as we're... or rather, I think we're producing more than we require, so we should be getting some kind of a surplus. Anyway, let me run back there and see what's up with this thing. Alright, I am back. Figured I would at least do this on camera. Show you guys. That's supposed to disappear. Yeah. One thing I probably should have done first is actually turn these off. Because if you'll notice they're nice and red, that means they're getting ready to explode, like I mentioned in the past. So hopefully we can do this quick enough we don't lose too much. Turn these on and turn these on. Yeah, that really should have just taken itself away. I think this whole thing's bugged. What we might need to do is actually pop this guy real quick. Pop the pump, relog, let these chunks unload, come back and see if that fixes everything. We'll jump down one more time to see if that has actually cleaned anything up. I don't think it has. Yeah, it's still not coming back down. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and try and take care of that off camera real quick and be right back. Alright everybody, yep. Unloading the chunks and relogging definitely seems to have fixed the problem, although I don't know if we're too far up now for the pump to recognize water below it, or fluids below it. Something tells me no, and we're going to have to move this whole setup down there for it to work, but that shouldn't take too long, especially now that we know we can just jump down. And pretty much everything here remembers its state, which is great. So, I'm going to give this a few seconds, see if it comes down. If not, we'll go ahead and break everything, hop down, set things up, and get a little bit more oil pumping into our system. Fortunately, there are a few more oil spouts around that I know of that we can take advantage of before we have to try and do something different for power generation purposes. Yeah, that's definitely empty. Is it? No, not 100% empty. At least doesn't look it. Normally you know it's empty because you can actually have that cool little end portal star field design on the bottom. Yeah, it's not coming out. Alright, we're going to go ahead and redo this. There we go. Oh man. I just did the channel update you guys saw a few days ago, or possibly a week ago, depending on how quickly I get this episode out. And just wanted to control boost jump real quick, and it's like, that doesn't work. Alright. Again, don't do this at home. It's kind of dangerous. Unless you know there's water down here like I did. Alright, so we are going to need to probably do something a little like this. Yep, that should be the center. Get everything out we're going to need on our bar, just to make this a little faster. Did I not get all the levers? That's too bad. It's okay. I will make another one real quick. Alright, pump. Do you recognize oil here? Do you recognize anything here? Oh good, you recognize something here. Perfect. Good, good. Okay. Now we can go and set this guy back up. Let me go ahead and do this off camera. You guys saw me set up the other one. And I'll be right back. Alright, just a quick few seconds off camera, and I think we are ready to turn this guy back on. and try something new. Apparently you don't always need to have a pipe set up to get this guy working. Let's see if he's going to start sucking up other things. We're going to start getting oil into our tank. Oops. Right, there's no UI on that one. Ah, good, he came down. That's a good sign. Oh yeah, I think he sucked up that one. Okay, cool. I guess the quick test next is to just run back to the house and see that we're actually getting more oil in our tank than the refineries are pulling out. Although, who knows? That might actually not be the case, because those refineries are running pretty fast. Okay, well, we're done here. So, meet you back at the house. Okay, let's see. Do we have stuff coming in? Hard to say. I didn't put the chunk loader because I wanted to see if we were close enough for it now. I mean, I know it's kind of in the same place. But it's looking like we're not getting anything in. Although... oh, no, we are, definitely. Look at that. Cool, the thing is half full again. I know it's kind of hard to see, but if you just look at the little bouncing ender pearl, it goes away as it goes right about the halfway point. Awesome. Good, good. I guess it's taking out faster. Okay, that's fine. We're still getting lots of more fuel, and once this thing fills up completely, which it has, these internal tanks are going to fill up. And when that's done, these things automatically turn themselves off, and shouldn't draw any more power. Which means that we are now officially at the point of surplus, which means power is going to be going into here once that thing's done. So I think next up, we can finally start making a few more machines. And I think this time we're going to want to make some ones from Forestry, because when we get back into IC2, I know we kind of did that little sojourn last episode, thanks to Greg Tech, we are going to need to start taking advantage of the Forestry trade stations I set up for us in that admin room. So, first things first, we're going to need ourselves a way of actually making letters, of making stamps, and actually using the trade stations. So I think really the first thing we need to craft is a mailbox. So 3 chests, some tin, and a sturdy casing. Cool. Sturdy casing's pretty easy. It's basically just the chest recipe, but with bronze. And I should have plenty of bronze in here, because I decided I should leave it in here. It made sense. Okay, sturdy casing. We just saw earlier I have a ton of chests over this way. So let's grab those up. 1, 2, 3. What was it, glass? No, tin. Okay. So, yeah, let's use this. Just to get rid of it. Until we can actually go ahead and craft up the thing that will help us with that. Cool. Mailbox. Awesome. And... oh yeah, we got tons. Do the typical mailbox thing. Come here. There we go. And just kind of stick it out front. Right about here. Dude. Mailbox. Awesome. Space for lots and lots of letters. Eventually. So next up, what we're going to need to do to start using these trade stations is make letters. Letter. Now, if we take a look at the original recipe, we're going to need propolis and a piece of paper. Well, propolis only comes from bees, and we haven't done anything with bees yet. Fortunately, though, Sengir decided to add something new. We can now take wood pulp in a carpenter and make letters. But what's wood pulp? Wood pulp is basically just any sort of wood in the carpenter, and you get 4 of them. So we are going to need ourselves a carpenter, obviously. Fortunately, I have the recipes for that right here. I'm pretty sure it's the one on the left or the right. No, it's the one with the glass. Okay, it's this one. There we go. Well, turns out I had meant to show you guys how to make a sturdy casing before, but, you know, we just saw that. So, sturdy casing, bronze, and glass gets us our carpenter. Awesome. And I think I'm going to set this guy up over here, because he's our first one. And he should be filling up with power, but we're going to need to get some water for him. So we're going to figure that out. I think we might make an assembly table a little sooner than I planned, just because I want to start making some facades, because I think what we're going to do is run the water down the back, down through here, and hook them up back this way. So what we're also going to want to do is probably dig out a little space back here for a water tank of some kind. And for this one, this is small enough. Actually, I wonder. Can we use the Noc'Craft water blocks directly, or do they have to be applied to the tank? Let's find out. That might be fun. And I'm not really sure what they're talking about in chat. Not entirely paying attention. There we go, Zicorium water. And just to make this a little faster. There we go. Does this work directly? No, it does not. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and whip up a quick tank down here for that. And I'll rejoin you guys in just a few. Okay, everybody. Little change of scenery. I wanted to come back and check on the oil spawn because things are acting a little funky. Turns out we did indeed need to reboot the server, and we are now almost down to the end of this oil spawn, so I wanted to take care of it with you guys here on screen, and I wanted to play and see if this works. Oh, cool. It does. I was hoping so. So now I can pick my water back up. So that is one oil spawn complete. You guys can see it has pretty much cleaned itself up nicely. This is what it looks like underneath. You just got the cool looking sphere shape. At least as spherical as you get in Minecraft. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this up. I also did come back and I tried placing the chunk loader. I wasn't sure if the bugs I was seeing were the fact that the chunks weren't loaded. Turns out it was actually that the server was freaking out. And somehow along the way I lost a redstone engine. I don't know where it went. I thought it maybe got swept away by the oil, but I don't see it anymore. And it's definitely not down here. Anyway, off camera I did take some time and built us out a quick little Noc'Craft water tank. Back at the Buildcraft house. So let me go ahead and do one more check real quick for that redstone engine and meet you guys over there, because I think it's finally time to start using the thermal expansion Liquiducts. They are lots of fun. Alright, here we are. We are back, and as you can see we got a decent bit more oil. The fuel tank is still full, but while we were gone and doing things, the energy cell filled itself up. Little overfilled itself. Unfortunately, we probably lost that power, which is kind of sad, but not too bad. And our combustion engines have been running great off all this power, or off all the fuel, and the water is still doing good, which is nice. Back here, got us a quick little Noc'Craft water tank, like you can see. Just 48 buckets, should be plenty. Back here I can show you real quick. Actually went and set up 2 valves, each with a Noc'Craft water block, just to make sure we had plenty of water coming in. One's probably enough, but, you know, I had a few extras, so why not? And I went and expanded the room a little bit, because I've got future plans for other power sources in the future coming up. And I think next... Yeah, actually, I'm going to seal this back up, actually, since we have a portable hole. No need to go into doors and whatnot anymore. We can just do that and have access to our area. I like it. So, like I said, time for Liquiducts. We do have all these Buildcraft waterproof pipes, but Liquiducts have a really nice advantage to them. And let's see. We'll do 8. I think that should be plenty. And if I'm not mistaken, it's copper that we need. And yeah. They function just like the... That's bronze. That's copper. There we go. I can probably put the bronze back now. They have a fun property about them that the Buildcraft pipes don't have, and that is if you happen to have some levers around, and say you power the spout, and perhaps I need a wrench, which I left upstairs, of course. Yeah, I think I need to set the Liquiduct into output mode. It's been a while since I've used these. There's my wrench. There we go. Yep. Give it a redstone signal and it'll automatically output. You don't have to worry about a thing. Well, sorry, I just had that song go through my head for a second there. You don't have to worry about actually getting a redstone engine or what we're going to be playing with here in the near future. There we go. Cool. Managed to get that. Yeah, we can just run it straight up. That'll be fine. And unfortunately, the portable hole does not, let us fly yet. But we have other tools coming in the future that will help with that, because, like I said, when we get back into industrial craft, I definitely want to be working with... Oh, right. That advanced nano suit. When it comes to Liquiducts, what's cool about them, too, is that if they have different fluids running through them, they won't connect. But if you do want them to connect, like in this case, where this one's empty and this one's full, just right-click one of them, and bam. So now we should finally be getting some water into our carpenter. And what's nice is we're going to be able to run this water line across anywhere we need, and bam. Internal tank is completely full. I can finally put the bricks back. And, I did want to do facades, but then I went and made Liquiducts. Man, who was playing with Noc'Craft? Oh well, we will figure something out to cover this up. If not, that's okay. This is an industrial building. It can look a little off. Wow. Thank you, world. Load in. Hello. Alright, anyway, so now that we finally have a carpenter, we can go ahead, get us some of the sawdust, or wood pulp, I think it was, that we're going to be needing to make letters. That thing we tried to start doing at the beginning of the episode. And with the carpenter, it uses ghost images like we've seen with the other things in the past. And so you just stick it in there, and it will start to work the recipe for you automatically, as long as you've got the contents it requires. So it's actually pretty fast, too. I guess we've got lots of power coming through the system, which is nice. Let me go ahead and drop off some of these extras. I guess that's it. And when it fills up, it'll actually stop running. And I think... we'll just kind of let that go for the moment. Because the next thing we're going to need is not over there. It's over here. We're going to need... Well, actually, we don't need it right now. Because what we do actually need next to start using these things are stamps. Or, I guess, just stamp. And these also end up requiring bee products. But if you go to the next page, you'll note that Singir also added a carpenter recipe for paper and apatite. Now, unfortunately, I don't think I have any apatite. But I do know where we can find some, and it happens to be back off that way towards the Noc'Craft dungeon we found many an episode ago. Let me just double check real quick. Yep, no apatite at all. I think I left it there on purpose because I wanted to show you guys what it looked like in the ground too. So let me get some things together, and I'll meet you guys over there, and that'll probably be it for today's episode, so we're getting pretty close to the end. But when we come back next time, we will be getting into some more fun things with Buildcraft, with Forestry, and trade stations, and all that cool stuff. So, see you guys in a few. Alright everybody, here we are, just across this ugly marsh, next to the desert I've been getting all my sand from. And right over here, I think I ended up finding this when we were looking for caves before our little caving adventure, the last few episodes. And I found this nice little outcropping of apatite right over here. This stuff tends to spawn pretty high in the world, so don't go down into your caves or your mines looking for it. You're going to want to come up to the top and find it. And right here, we should be getting lots of it, and I'm pretty sure Fortune works on it. It already drops a lot as it is. Oh, yeah, look at that, we just doubled from 28 to 48, jeez. So this should get us a lot of appetite for a long time to come. And just in case, I went ahead and put on the rest of our nano armor. I wasn't sure if we were going to run into anything, but figured it was worth taking the time. And I did check the time, and we are indeed getting close to... Ow, that's not appetite. No, stop trying to pick up the pointies. Oh, somebody sent me an email. Well, a letter. I think. Oh no, that's the trade station icon. It's letting me know that someone just made a trade, because even though they are admin trade stations, I put them down, so I get notification every time one gets used. Alright, that's all the appetite we got. No. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Nice. And from that, we got, wow, almost 3.5 stacks. Yeah, that's going to handle us for quite a bit of time. And I think with that, well, since I did already show you the recipe, and it should only take a few seconds, let me run back and let's craft us our very first letter and stamp. And I think we'll have to leave our first trade station for next time, but not to worry, we will definitely be getting to that. And it'll be nice to finally get that off my screen. Alright, we are back, and I figured since it was on the way, we could stop off and see what our first 2 letters are. And they are indeed people using the Iridium Plate trade station. And just for you guys, if you were to set up your own trade station, anytime someone does a trade, you'll get one of these to let you know that 3 orders for Ninja were filled. Wow, that does not really look good in this texture pack. Someone needs to fix that. And 2 orders were filled for Ninja. Ninja is ordering lots. And if you guys want to, you can actually hold on to these, or you can throw them away, you can toss them in lava, do whatever you want, but if you hold on to 3 of them, you can actually get a sheet of paper back. So, not too terrible to hold on to. So I think for now I'm going to put them in my miscellaneous mod chest. You may have noticed I kept some appetite in my inventory, so we can run over here. And I think we'll clear that. Right click to clear the recipe. Left click to set the recipe, and bam. Oh, I guess it left one in the buffer. Interesting. 2. Let's see, I don't want to go crazy with these. That should be plenty. Nice. That's so much easier to craft now. Okay, yeah. Clear this recipe real quick, and got some letters, and now... Oh, forgot the paper, actually. Oops. Come on, sprint, dang you, sprint! I have paper left. Excellent, I have paper left. Okay. Now, let's craft our very first stamps. You notice that there are different denominations. We got the 1N, the 2N, the 5N, and the 10N, and that's basically determined by how much postage you need to send your letter, just like the real world. And I'm going to be making the 1Ns for now because I don't feel like going to copper and paper just yet. And this is really just to demonstrate, so paper and appetite. Right? Paper and with seed oil. But of course, well, I guess we're gonna have to get to that in a later episode. Well, we're close. We're getting close. We do have some other cool machines we can check out soon for thermal expansion. We can check out the rest of them. We got some more forestry machines we're going to be playing with. You guys may notice that the refineries did finally fill up their internal tanks and turn themselves off, as this is full. And after clearing out that first oil spawn, we've still got another 132 buckets of oil in here to refine. Our redstone energy cell is still very close to being full. So things are going pretty nice for us so far. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Next time we're going to be getting back into some of the more things like I just discussed, and some other fun stuff. We might actually go and set up, let's see, I think it's off that way, the next oil refinery station to pump some more oil in here. So again, hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Noc'Craft, and I will see you guys again next time.